Hi, my name is Lisa,
And my name is Mackenzie.
and today Kenzie and I will be walking you through how to paint this
Chickadee.
using watercolors. All you need to get started is some watercolor paper, some watercolors, and some brushes. It helps if you have a pencil laying around too. That way we can sketch it out together. Let's get started. All right, so we're gonna get started by drawing out the little chickadee. So I'm gonna walk you through all the shapes that you wanna have to draw the chickadee. So first things first, we're gonna make the whole body. So watch what I do, Kenzie. We go up at an angle, around for the head, and then we make a body. So start with that. Yeah, up all the way. Yeah, now make the head come a little bit around, just like on my paper. And then I want you to come around like a little boat for the body. And don't draw too hard. Okay, now we want this chickadee to be a little fatter. So why don't we make them even fatter? Can I help you? So we'll make this chickadee even fatter because it's been a long winter for him. Just like that. Okay, so now we're gonna have the tail come off the back. So we're gonna go tail off the back, just like this. And draw nice and light. So hold your pencil nice and light. Okay, and then we're gonna have, so you see how on a chickadee, they have a little cap here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this. Around like that. Watch me look at my paper the way I did it. Okay, yeah, and then we're gonna go a beak. Just press lightly. Okay, and then we're gonna come down and down, make a little triangle right here. And then we're going to take this corner and we're going to have it come up and meet where the head is. A little lighter, Kenzie. I shouldn't hear your pencil. Okay, and then we're going to do the wings. So the wings, we're just going to go like this. Like that. Okay, and then we're gonna have another line go here, nice and light. And then, oh, so you got the hang of the light touch. All right, and then we'll just have it come back like this, lightly. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw the eye. See where it dips down right here? That's where the eye's gonna go. So we're gonna make a nice round little eye here. Okay, and then we're gonna do little feet that come off. And just make them nice and simple. Looks good. All right, so it's time to get started. So for today, we're gonna use an angled brush, one like this. So I'm gonna give you my angled brush. And if you have a small brush, you can also use any smaller brush, this is like a medium fine brush, medium round. That'll work. But we're gonna use these little angled ones that we have. And first things first, we're gonna start with all the light areas on the chickadee. So we're gonna start by making the tummy of the chickadee right here, and we're gonna add a little bit of yellow. So Kenzie, I want you to take clear water, and I want you to fill in the whole tummy of the chickadee with clear water. All the way up to that line where the wing starts. And then I want you to take a little bit of yellow. You're gonna need water in that yellow. I'm using my dark yellow. You wanna just go right where you meet the wing. Yeah, and that's it. Don't fill it in, just let it bleed out. Yeah, all the way, all the way. So you should see some right over here too. Right where the line is. See how there's a white space between the line and the, yeah, have it touch, just like that. That's perfect. All right. So now we're gonna take our brush and get a little more yellow on it. And towards the outside of the line, we're gonna go over and just add little strokes, because these are feathers. Yeah, keep going all, yeah, just like that, all the way around. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing on his cheeks. So we're gonna take clear water, and up here, where this part is supposed to be white, so it's the section that's underneath the eye, we're gonna fill that in with clear water again. Okay, you got, no, still working on it. Okay, and now we're gonna take, just like on the belly, we're gonna take some clear water and we're just gonna lay down a few sections. So we'll just, a little bit up here, a little bit of here, and a little bit under the eye here. That's it, all right. So now we're going to go ahead and do the, how about we go ahead and do the tail? So we want to make sure with watercolors that we never touch wet spots with water, or else the yellow would bleed right in. So if I move this tail up and I touched wet water right here, all that yellow would bleed into the tail, and we want the tail to be black or blue. So we're just going to make sure that we don't let any of this clear water touch this clear water. Can you do that for me? So we fill it in just like before, but this time I want you to leave some little lines white on the tail. So we're not going to fill it in completely. It's okay if you leave a little bit without water on it. Okay, and then we're going to take some blue. And we're going to add a line along the top, just like that. Yeah, and then I want you to add a few more lines going down the tail of blue. And the darker the blue, the better. So just keep drawing lines on it until you've got quite a few. You want to fill in the whole tail, so you shouldn't have, so you want it to go all the way up, and then do that on the bottom. Nice. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to have to let this dry a little bit, because otherwise, if we add blue next to this yellow, what'll happen?
It will bleed.
Exactly. So we're going to let this dry. Maybe we'll use the blow dryer, and then we'll get started on the next layer. All right. So now that the tail and tummy and cheeks have had time to dry, we can go ahead and add more detail on the wings and head. So for this, we're going to want it to be quite dark. We're going to do the head and this little chest piece right here, okay? So same thing, we're going to fill it in with clear water first. Fill this in, fill this in. And for this, because you want your watercolor to be really dark, you're going to want to smush the watercolor. Leave your eye white. You're going to want to smush the watercolor a lot. And I've taught you what that means, right? Here, I see you got a drop on your beak. I'll just soak that up. So do you remember what smushing the watercolor means? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get it nice and dark. And I'm going to do blue for my head. So I'm going to add quite a bit of blue. And if you want to use a dark purple, you can. There's a little bit of purple over here. Continuously adding more and more color until it's really, really dark blue. Watercolor dries as it, or lightens as it dries, so you always want to add quite a bit. And if you find that your blue isn't as dark as you'd like, you can even add a little bit of black. I'm gonna do, now watch what I'm doing here, Kenzie. I'm using the tip of the brush. I'm doing a few light lines just going up the back of the head. Can you do that? Yep, keep going back down. Yep, just like that. And then I want you to make sure you fill in all the way up like that. See how your line goes up? Make sure that's nice and filled in there. Yeah, all the way up to the front. There we go. And we're gonna do the same thing now for the chest over here. So this little triangle section, on a chickadee, this would be black too. So we're gonna fill that in same as before. I'm doing a mix of purples and blues. And I always like to make my brush do little tiny feathers. So even though it's getting all filled in, I make little feathery brush strokes. See what I'm doing, Kenzie? See how I'm flicking the brush like that? Okay, and then what we're gonna do is take a little bit of black and we're gonna draw the beak. Don't press so hard on your brush. You gotta be nice and easy on it, okay? You wanna always go easy on your brush. So we're just filling that little beak in right there. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna move down to the wings. So for this, same thing, we're gonna fill it all in. And I want you to leave a little bit of a white line between this part here and this body part here, okay? So don't connect the little triangle that's supposed to be black with the wings, because the wings are actually gonna be a lighter blue color. See how I'm like going nice and easy? That's what you always want to do with your brushes, nice and easy. Because we gotta take good care of them, right? Now we're filling it in just like before. So you gotta go up here too. See how I'm on my nose? Do some little feathers when it's dry. Right now we're just kind of get a bit of blue everywhere. That's right. Okay, and now I'm going to show you what to do with the tail, because now that the tail's dry, what we're going to do is add another coat over top. And the way we're going to do that is to take a really rich dark blue on your brush. So get some water in that color. Yeah. Now, yeah, don't press too hard on the brushes. So let me show you what I would do in your palette. I would go like this. Nice and soft, and then get all the water off, and then you have it. And then what you want to do is take your brush and draw a line all the way down and maybe another line beside it, just like that. Yeah, just like that. That's great. Okay, and then we're gonna do a little bit of detail around here while we wait for the rest to dry. So we're gonna take a little bit of black and then using just the tip of the brush, or a really thin brush if you prefer, one like this. We're gonna just draw some little feathers like we did on the back. So we're gonna just go like this, not all the way, leave little spots empty. We're gonna just draw a few little feathers. Yeah, just like that. And then we're gonna color in the feet too. So we're gonna use the tip to color in the feet of the bird. Just like that. All right, now for the eye, we can do the eye next, but for the eye, it's really important that we leave a little white spot out. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your black and watch what I did, Kenzie. Okay, so you're watching what I do first? Okay, so you're gonna draw an eye, and you're gonna leave certain parts of that little eye white. So we're gonna leave a little bit of white around it. See how I left a little bit of white here and a little bit there? That's what you want. You can use, here, why don't you use my small brush, because small brush. Just be really soft with center of it and a little bit around it. Alright, and because it's bleeding out like that, here I'm going to help you fill it in a little bit. When it bleeds out, because it touched the side, what we can do is take a clean brush, make sure it's dry, and then we'll just soak up a little bit of that. A little bit of that. That way we still see where the eye is. Just like that. Alright. So next, we're going to have to let this dry again, because you can see it's quite wet there, right? So let's let this dry, and then we'll go back and add a few more feathers. Alright, so now that it's dry, we're going to go ahead and add the feathers. So the feathers are done the same way we did the tail. So grab your brush, this one right here, and then get some blue on it. Other blue, dark blue. And just press it nice and easy into the palette. Yeah, and then what we're going to do is draw some lines. So watch the way I draw my lines, just like this. Just towards the back. Some lines, not a ton, just a few. Yep, and make them go all the way up. Yep. Okay, and then draw a few that go up past the back. Okay. And then we're going to draw another dark one on the top of the tail. Remember how we did those lines on the tail? We're going to darken the top one again. And draw another one. With watercolors, it's just all about adding lots and lots of layers. Okay, and then we're going to darken the head and this little spot again. So we're going to take our dark blue, we're going to fill that in and use a little bit of black too, just to make it even darker. Making sure to leave the eye again. So we use quite a bit of black this time. Yeah, just like that, fill it in. And use the tip of the brush to add detail. So that's how, using the tip of the brush is how I control. So the harder you press on it, the more it's gonna take, more space it'll take up. Yeah, that looks really good. And I'm gonna darken a few of these. Just a few, some will be lighter still. All right, and I think no watercolor painting would be complete without a few fun splatters, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's use a bigger brush. I'm gonna use my big flat brush. You might wanna use a brush like, say, this one for splatters. You can try that one though. And we're gonna add some fun blue splatters around his wings. So some up here. I'm going back like this, some up by his head. I'm going to add some yellow ones too on his belly. It can be snow. Oh, you're adding a ton of splatters. Love it. You can do a little yellow. More like a green. I guess your blue mixed with your yellow. There's a lesson. Blue and yellow mixed together makes green.
It is grass.
Yeah, that looks awesome. All right, I think our paintings are done. Do you want to sign them with me? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do it. Maybe you could use a smaller brush. Do you want a smaller one? Awesome. All right. Thanks for watching with us. Be sure to hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, and leave a comment below if there's something you want to see me paint and me and Kenzie paint for you. Thank you.